For over 20 years, I learned the ability to lead. I taught thousands of young men and women a two-step process, how to get from here to there. For over 20 years, I commanded them to follow that path. But 20 years later, there is a new direction of my path. So now I am humbled on that path, a path that is laden with the symbolic shadows of great American leaders. These leaders were 20 years before me, and they were on a path of peace. So 40 years later, I am asking the world to remember the beacons that shine down roads of darkness. So I've come here today to awaken their dreams. In a sense, I'm asking the world to remember to dream. When we honor such great words as ask not what you can do for your country, and failure is not an option, and I have a dream, remember what you can do with a dream. A dream that guarantees self, family, and a beloved community. A dream where lions and lambs coexist. A dream where the tables are round and where compassion is our option. But it is obvious today we have forgotten how to dream. Yes, 40 years later, we still have people pleading in poverty, and countries that are bestowed with the dynamics of diversity. So I've come here to rebuild the house of humanity with cupboards of compassion. I've come to awaken the dreams that are coated with the blood of great leaders. I have also come to the spot to remind a nation of the souls that speak. When we begin to sit at these tables of brotherhood and sisterhood, we must not drink from the goblets of greed or inject our veins with the drugs of hatred. We must stand up and breathe the air from the balconies of a beloved community. We must first learn to live on the red hills of Georgia before we can even begin to move Georgia to red hills of other planets. We must learn to travel within before we can even conceive to travel beyond. My friends, there is a new militancy that is engulfing our worlds, and it is beginning to lead us down the wrong path. As grave and gathering as it is, we must not allow ourselves to engage in this type of terror on terror that is beginning to tear at our tears. No man walks alone. The bosom of Lady Liberty, she nurses the souls of whites, blacks, Irish, Asian, Latinos, Italians, and any people living in closets with closed doors. So let us stand on platforms that respect self. Stand up on platforms that respect family. Stand up on platforms that give birth to beloved communities. We must make a commitment to never live in a world of disrespecting one another for material gains. We must stand up in our ghettos, in our slums, stand up in our corporations of greed before our worlds collide. I say to you today, my friends, that in spite of the frustrations of the moments where we are bathing in brutalities, I still know the ability to dream. It is a dream that is deeply seared in my soul with the sounds of John Fitzgerald, Bobby, Medgar, Malcolm, and Martin Luther. I can see in my mind it was one pristine bullet that traveled from June of 1963 until June of 1968. A single shot that was rifled through a barrel of hatred. A shot that began in Philadelphia, Mississippi. It first bored through the bronzed body of Medgar Evers and traveled for 498 miles southwest to a limousine motorcade on Elm Street, where it cracked the Camelot flesh of President Kennedy. And in a turn of events, it changed 180 degrees and headed northeast to the Audubon Ballroom in Manhattan, New York, where it erupted the ebony of Malcolm, and it turned southwest for 1,123 miles to the balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, where it mangled the mahogany of Dr. King. And then it headed west to California, and it shattered the shamrock of Bobby Kennedy. It was one shot of hatred that traveled for 5 years. One shot of hatred that wanted to stop men with the ability to dream. an attempt to stop men that were not afraid to dream in mosaics, men of conviction, men who laid their heads on the pillows of visions, visions that even a mother could sit at a round table as well as lead one, a round table that would last for more than one brief shining moment, a round table where we all understood that people thirst to drink from the fountains of freedom, a freedom where that is not left to be quenched by the tears of their souls, a fountain that every state, every city, every culture would be hued into a rainbow of respect for all cultures, where Buenos Dias and Bonjour dreamed together, where they walked together, they talked together, they dreamed together, a dream that all children understood, that you must first learn to do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. This is my hope. This is the path. This is the path that will get us from here to there. This is the path that is coated with the blood of these great leaders. This is the sounds of their souls, the sounds that screams for us to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to stand up together, knowing that we all seek the riches of self, family, and a beloved community. So do not forget to dream on the steps of the White House. Do not forget to dream in the mighty terror camps of our worlds. Do not forget to dream. And when we make a commitment, when Jews stand up together, when Christians stand up together, when Protestants and Catholics, when we all stand up together, every culture, every soul, every voice, everybody, when we remember to dream. Remember to dream. Thank God, America. Remember to dream.